Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Sweat coming back at you with another Apex Legends video. And today's video is going to be continuing the tradition every single season so far since I joined YouTube. Back in season 3, we've had a seasonal settings video, and we're continuing the tradition today. Season 12 is out, or released yesterday when I'm releasing this video. Mad Maggie's out, the new control mode is out, and it's going to be a great season overall. And I hope you guys are ready to absolutely dominate the competition. I'm here to give you some of the best settings that I could find for console players to gain an edge on your opponents and absolutely slay out the competition. And I want you guys to leave it down in the comment section below before you actually get into the settings, why you're watching this video, and also what your favorite part of Season 12 is if you've played any of it so far. Without further ado, guys, let's hop into the settings here. Starting off with the gameplay tab. Now, unfortunately, I recorded this entire video and then lost all the footage. So this is round 2, take number 2, if you will. Starting off with interact prompt style. We have this on default. Button hints is going to be set to off. And by the way, guys, I'm not going to go super in depth on all of what these settings mean in this video because I did that last season. I only really do that every other season. I try not to make the video as long as humanly possible to bore you guys to death, so we're going to kind of speed right through it. But if you have any questions on what anything means, just leave me a comment in the comment section down below, or go back to last season's season 11 settings video and watch that. I guarantee you I probably explain it, whatever your question is on, in depth in that video. Any new settings, though, I will be explaining in depth if they were added in the middle of season 11. I believe that was only one single setting. So crosshair damage feedback, X with shield icon, damage numbers, we have that on stacking, ping opacity on default, obituaries on, minimap rotation set to off, weapon auto cycle on empty off, auto sprint on. We need that to be able to flip our kunai back and forth, or lifeline, drumsticks, whatever heirloom you guys have. If you have the auto sprint on and you bind the survival slot, you turn that off, then you can spin your kunai or spin your heirloom with the left D-pad if you're on controller. So that's why I have that set to on. Double tap sprint, I have that off. Jetpack control, I have that on hold. That's a necessity. You need to have that on hold. I do have to say, I have an Elite Series 2 controller. I have paddles. If you guys are wondering, my right paddle is bound to jump, and then my left is bound to crouch. So I know there's been a lot of comments about that, asking me questions about my Elite. All the stick tensions are exactly how they come in the box, so I didn't change any of that, in case you guys are wondering. Incoming damage feedback on 3D. Taking damage closes death box or crafting menu. I have that set to off. You need that set to off if you want to be able to shield swap consistently, because if you get even one bullet shot at you and it hits you while you're in that death box, it's going to rip you right out, and that is just not what you want. If you want to be competitive, if you want to play in high tier ranks, you need that set to off so you can shield swap efficiently. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, shield swapping, you guys need to look it up because it's something you got to add to your game ASAP. Hop up, pop up, I have that set to on. Streamer mode, I have that off. Anonymous mode enabled. If you are not a streamer, not a Twitch, or not a YouTuber, not a streamer, I don't really know why you would have that set to enabled, unless you just want to have your name say Watson4286, then be my guest. Usage sharing set to enabled. We got sorry, I was reading the blacked out one. Performance display, I have that set to off. It's just kind of cluttery on the right hand side of my screen, so I have that set to off. Club invites, I have that enabled. Reticle, I have that on customize. If you set it to default, I believe it's just gonna default to whatever your colorblind settings are. So the normal reticle would be red, but I have it on customize. You guys can pick any freaking color of the rainbow: purple, blue, teal, green, you name it, you can pick it. And I like to mess around with it. Right now I'm using this pink reticle right here, and if you want to replicate this one that I have right now, it's going to be 245, 72, and 255. If you want to enter that in, it should pop up with this type of reticle. And we head down to colorblind mode. I have that set to off. Subtitles off. Subtitle size normal, but it doesn't matter because the subtitles are off. Enable accessible chat features, I have that off. And then convert incoming voice to chat text, I have that off. Listen, guys, I have to interrupt this video right now. This is very, very important, okay? Now, you guys know I've been preaching about Glitch Energy for the longest time. They sponsor so many of my videos. We are getting our own flavor, most likely in March at some point. They sent me a test flavor, and let me tell you guys, it is an absolute banger. So I need you guys to head over to glitchenergy.com, use code SWEAT for 25% off, and next month you guys are going to be able to get your very own Sweatband flavor. I can't release any more details at the moment, but just know, guys, it's going to be amazing. Like I said, code SWEAT, 25% off the entire website. Go check it out. Onto the controller settings here, button layout. I do have it on default. It says customize, but I mean, nothing's changed. You guys can see it's literally the same exact thing as default. If you guys want a different button map to, let's say, your crouch button, it's not really working out for you, you can switch these around with the customize button and just change it to any other button that you want. Or you can select a ton of these preset ones, which are the most popular options, I would imagine. Stick layout, we have that on default. Interact, reload button, we have that on tap to use. I do not like that on hold. Crouch button on hold for sure. Like I said, guys, I have an Elite Series 2. I have paddles, and it's really, really effective on console to crouch spam against your enemies. That's why I have this on hold, and it makes it very, very easy to dip and dodge your enemy's bullets while having this on hold. Aim button is on hold. Survival slot is off because I like to spin my kunai. I like to spin those heirlooms. If you turn this on, that's just going to be your heat shield and your mobile res spot, and it's going to be on your left D-pad. Trigger dead zones, I have this on none. This is one of the most essential settings to have correct in the game, because right when I pull my trigger, I'm going to shoot the bullets, and that's exactly what you want. You do not want this set to max, because it's going to take forever for my bullets to actually shoot once I pull down that trigger. Menu cursor speed, I have this about 2/5 of the way up, if I had to explain it that way. Now, I have on ALC controls, so all my movement and aiming controller settings are not going to be enabled right now. But if I had to give some suggestions, all right, get ready. 5.4, 5.3, 6.3, and 6.4 would be my favorite settings to mess around with. That's going to be the look sensitivity and the look sensitivity ADS in that order that I said. And I would mess around with those and see what fits your liking, what feels the smoothest, and then mess around further, tweak, you know, settings here and there until you get it to perfection. PropTech settings, I'm not going to go over that because I'm not using those PropTech settings. Response curve, I do usually keep it on classic, and that's what my ALC controls are going to cater to. So it's basically replicating the classic type feel. So if you're more of a linear type of player, you're probably going to want to switch the settings around that I'm going to tell you quite significantly. Look dead zone, I have that usually set to none. Movement dead zone on small. If your sticks are bad, if they have bad stick drift on your controller, you're gonna have to move that to large probably, and that should adjust the problem. But it's not going to be as touchy-feely, which is kind of crappy. Inverted look, I have that off. Vibration stays off in the bedroom. And then we go to advanced look controls here. Make sure the custom look controls is set to on. We got the dead zone on 8, outer threshold 1, response curve 9, PropTech settings as follows. 1 times is 1.1, 2 times 1.4, 3 times through 8 times is 1.6, and then the 10 times is 1.9. Yaw speed, which is left and right without aiming down your sights, going to be 370. Pitch speed up and down without aiming down your sights is going to be 340. I have all the turning speeds, or all the turning, yaw, pitch, ramp up, delay, all those set to 0. They just throw my settings off completely, and I hate them, so I do not have those on. ADS yaw speed is on 110. That's up and that's left and right while aiming down your sights. And then ADS pitch, which is up and down while aiming down your sights, is going to be set 276. All the turning once again on 0. Oop, did not mean to turn that on 5%. That should have been on 0. Then we got target compensation on, melee compensation on, and then target compensation style on default. If you want to switch it up a little bit, if you want to test yourself, then you could switch that to PC. You're going to get less aim assist, but I believe they nerfed aim assist a little bit this season regardless, so I don't know why you would turn that to PC if you're playing against console people. Just putting yourself at a major disadvantage in my opinion. So I have that on default. Over to the video settings here. Brightness is about 3 3/5 of the way up, if I would say. Then we got the field of view on 104. That's the magic number in my opinion. I would not, if it's on 70 right now, guys, get it off 70, please. Put it at least from 96 to 110, anywhere in that area. If you go all the way to 110 though, I will say stuff from far away comes a little bit difficult to see, so take that into mind and just kind of mess around with that until you get it to perfection. Like I said, 96 to 110 would be the magic zone in my opinion, or the sweet spot. FOV ability scaling, I have that disabled. This is going to affect you when you're playing as Bloodhound or Octane, because Bloodhound's ultimate ability, it kind of scales in and scales out depending if your ability is going away or you are actually popping the ability, and you want it to stay consistent the whole time. Same with the Octane stim, so you're going to want to have that on disabled so your camera's not moving in and out and affecting your aim and such. Sprint view shake is on minimal at all times. No reason to have that on normal. You don't want your screen shaking like crazy. Audio settings as follows. We got master volume, sound effects, and dialogue all on 100. Music volume and lobby music volume on 0, because I'm usually listening to music on the side, so I don't really need to be listening to Apex's music. Disable voice chat, we have that off. Incoming, or convert incoming voice to chat text, we have off. So I hope you guys enjoy these settings. I hope you absolutely dominate in Season 12. Come back in 10 days, come back in 20 days, come back in a month, whatever the case may be. It doesn't even have to be that long, maybe a day. And let me know how these settings are treating you. Hopefully, you guys are going to absolutely dominate. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, like I said, and like the video if you did enjoy. Peace out, guys. Much love and sweat. Later.